Hi guys, so in this tutorial I'll be showing us how to cut this dress with focus on the neckline, okay? And then for the lower part I'll also show us. So we have the shoulder and the chest line. Now the first thing you want to measure on the shoulder line is half of your across back or shoulder measurement. So I'm using 7.5 here, so that's 15 for the across back measurement. Then shoulder to chest line, I used about 8.5 inch. You can use 8 inch so that your armpit is not showing too much. So I'll also mark the same thing I marked on the shoulder line, which is half of the cross back. So I'll have a straight line when I connect the 2 points together like this. Now next step, you want to mark the neck width. So you can do up to 3.5 inch, you can do up to 4 inch because for this particular style the neckline is wide. Then you can do up to 3.5 for the neck depth too, or even 4 inches because if you don't want a zipper, then the neck has to be wide enough for your head to pass through. Okay, so you can do 4 by 4, right? So I'll use my French curl to link the 2 points together. So don't forget, if you don't want a zip at the back, you can do 4 by 4 for the neckline. So once you mark the neckline like this, next thing I'm going to mark my shoulder slant, which is 1 inch. Okay, and then I'll link that to the neckline. Okay, so once I do this, now we're going to determine the width of the collar. So from the picture, the collar is not so. Did I call it collar? A busy band. I don't know what to call it anyway. So it's very small. So I'm going to do 2 inches, but you can increase your own if you want to. Okay, you can even do 1 inch. It depends on what you want. The idea is to get the whole process. So I'm doing 2 inches. So I just mark 2 inches round up till the shoulder slants. Okay. So this way, the collar, I think it's a collar, Peter Pan collar, yeah. Looks like Peter Pan or alternate. So the collar is even, okay. So this is it. In some cases, you can actually adjust the collar in such a way that one part is longer than the other. Depends. Just get the basic. So I'm shading my collar. Next thing, I'm going to determine the armhole. So this dress does not have a regular armhole. Okay, so you just pick a point from the neckline, depending on how much you want to reveal, but you also don't want your bust to be showing. So you just pick a point, okay, and place your curve like this. So that's like 4 inches away from the shoulder line. There's no measurement for it, you just use your discretion. So and then you link it to the armhole like this or to the chest line. So we have our armhole. Now on the chest line, you mark quarter of your bust circumference. I'm doing 9.5. Now for this pattern or this illustration, it's a mini version. Okay. Now, so when I say mini version, it's not the full length of the garment. On the lower part of the pattern, I'm marking quarter of the hip measurement. So I'll link the hip to the bust measurement. Now some of you might want to say, but it's a circle dress. Yes, I know. So this is just one of the plenty ways you can draft a circle dress. Okay, so here I want to determine the bust points. Okay, so bust point is the distance from your shoulder to your nipple. So for these measurements, the bust point should be about an 11 inches. Okay, so this is 11. So if you're making this as a top, honestly the length of this pattern paper is fine, okay, but no, it's a dress. So this is my bust point line. Then I'm going to mark my bust span. Half of my bust span is 4. Now bust span is your nipple to nipple measurement, so I'm marking half of that measurement. Can you see that? Now what I want to do is I want to introduce a bust that's, so I didn't know that the camera did not pick that part. So but what I did was on the side seam, I just came down by 2 inches and I linked it to the bust points. We'll still see it later. Okay, can we see that? Yeah. Then the same measurement I marked on the bust point line, which is half of the bust span, which is 4. I'll still mark the same thing on the hemline, which is 4. So that way I have a straight line from the bust span line or the bust point line to the hemline. I hope I'm not confusing us. All I'm just saying is I want to draw a straight line. That's it. But I don't want to draw a random straight line. I want it to be even. Okay. So this is my straight line here. Then I can open up this line and then close the bust darts. So the whole idea is to close the bust darts. And some people will still want to ask again, after closing the bust darts, you're going to have a reduction of the sizing. Yes, the idea is to make the hemline curved and not straight. So I hope that answers our question. So now I'm going to open the bust dart, as you can see, like this. Then I will close it. Okay, I will close the bust dart now, like that. So I'll just use my sellotape. So you can see that the pattern has already opened, and then the fullness might look small because it's a small measurement. This is like a blouse length. Okay, so but if you want the length of the dress, then of course your pattern paper has to be bigger. Okay, so but like I said, please, there are other methods of cutting this flare, please, you know. So now I'll be trimming out the unwanted parts of this pattern paper. Okay, so that we can now focus on cutting out the collar. So I'm just trimming out the unwanted parts of the paper that I do not need. Okay, so once I do this, now I'm going to separate the collar from the dress itself, because the collar is sewn separately, the dress is sewn separately, you now join it together. That's how it is. Excuse me. So yeah, that's it. That's the collar. So you have to label it so that you don't, misplace the pattern. So this is upwards, this is the shoulder, so that when you're cutting it on your fabric, you're not gonna make a mistake. And then this is the center front, which will be cut on fold. To be cut on fold. So you use this for both the back and the front. It doesn't need to have a zipper. Okay. Then for the main dress, nothing serious. Okay. You just cut the unwanted part of the armhole. Okay. So once you do this, all you have to do is you place this pattern on your fabric and add all the necessary sewing allowance, or this seam allowance. So you're cutting two of these for front and back. This one, so you're cutting two of it and it's going to be on fold. You don't need a zipper, like I said. It's a very, very easy tutorial. So I hope you're able to learn something from this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to follow us.